Hi guys, welcome back to Hey Pinky. I hope this video finds you well. So last episode we talked about what accounting is and I said it's storytelling with numbers. And today, as promised, we're tackling the accounting equation. Literally the only formula you really need to memorize in accounting. Syempre biro lang. Joke lang yun. And alam nyo ba, everything else in accounting, yung journals, ledgers, financial statements, lahat yan, builds from this one formula. So pag naintindihan nyo to, smooth sailing na. But before we start, just a quick reminder ha, I'm not a CPA, I didn't finish my degree. So use this videos as a study companion lang. Always double check with your professors and textbooks, okay? Let's go. All right, drum roll please. Em. So we have assets, liabilities, plus owner's equity. Yan na, that's it. That's the formula. Parang anticlimactic, di ba? Pero trust me, the simple formula is literally the foundation of all accounting. Memorize nyo yan, isulat nyo sa notebook, sa wall, sa hand, kahit saan. Kasi babalik-balikan natin to. Okay, so we have the formula, but ano ba talaga meaning ng assets, liabilities, and equity? Kasi for sure, narinig nyo na yan sa accounting class nyo, parang, ha? English, please. So let me explain using real-life examples. Hopefully, mas madali or mas maintindihan natin. Okay, so assets or what you own. So assets, ito yung lahat ng bagay na pag-aari ng business, yung mga resources na meron ka na may value. Am I making sense? For example, cash. Obviously, pera mo, asset yan. Cash, we're talking about point of view ng business. Equipment. Equipment like computers, printers, what else? Delivery truck? Asset ba yun? You ask your professor. That's your assignment. Assignment agad. We also have building. Kung may sarili kang building or store, asset yan. We also have inventory. Kung may tindahan ka, yung mga paninda mo, asset. Yung mga chichirya, noodles, shampoo, that's your inventory. Accounts receivable, ito yung utang sa'yo ng ibang tao. May bayad sa'yo si Juan, asset mo yan kasi pera mo yan eventually. Like, for example, umutang si Juan ng shampoo, hindi pa nagbabayad. In the future, syempre magbabayad siya sa'yo. That's accounts receivable, utang ni Juan sa store mo na eventually magiging pera ng business mo kapag nagbayad na si Juan. So think of like your personal belongings, yung phone mo, iPad, laptop mo, pera sa wallet mo, yan ang assets mo sa personal life. Same concept pero sa businesses. Keywords natin, resources with value. Hindi pwedeng asset yung wala namang value. Yung basura ko, asset ba? Hindi. Unless you're in recycling business and may value ang basura, then maybe yes. Pero normally, it's a no. Okay, so next we have liabilities, what you owe. Liabilities, ito naman yung utang ng business. Yung obligations mo, yung dapat mong bayaran. For examples, number one, accounts payable. Utang mo, kunwari, sa supplier. Kumuha ka ng paninda sa warehouse, pero hindi mo pa binabayaran ng cash. Utang mo muna, babayaran mo later. That's a liability. That's accounts payable. Meron din namang utang sa bangko and that's what we call loans payable. Nag-loan ka sa bank ng 100,000 pesos, liability yan kasi bayaran mo yan in the future. Sa school natin, di ba, pag hindi tayo nagbayad ng full payment ng tuition fee, we try to pay. in installment. And sometimes may mga araw na hindi natin siya kayang bayaran on that month. For example, malapit na ang prelims. So, meron silang promissory notes. Gagawa ka doon. My name is Pinky. I will pay this amount of 20,000 pesos this coming February 28, something like that. That's what we call notes payable. Hindi siya kasama dun sa presentation, but that's okay. Notes payable ang tawag dun. Baka lang makita nyo sa book nyo. Next, we have salaries payable. Nag-work yung empleyado mo, pero di mo pa siya binabayaran ng sweldo like salaries or ng sahod. Utang mo yan sa kanya. So, may utang yung business mo na sahod doon sa nagtatrabaho sa business mo. That's salaries payable. Next, we have utilities payable. Ginamit mo na yung kuryente, pero di ka pa nagbabayad ng bill sa kuryente. So, that's a liability. For example, yung sa Meralco, yung sa water, sa internet, those situations are basically utilities payable ang tawag. Kapag may utang ka, yung negosyo mo, yung business mo may utang sa Meralco, sa Maynilad, sa PLDT Globe, Converge, ano bang internet provider nyo. So, sa personal life, parang credit card mo yan or yung installment mo sa phone, o utang mo yan, kailangan mo bayaran. That's a liability. Importante, liabilities are obligations. Hindi mo pwedeng di bayaran kasi may legal obligation ka unless gusto mo makulong. Oh, char. Pero seriously, bayaran ng utang, okay? Next, we have equity. What's truly yours? Ito yung pinaka-tricky to explain, pero let me try. So equity is yung net worth ng business. Ito yung share ng owner sa business. Ito yung part na walang utang. Truly sa owner na talaga. Hmm. I'll try to give an example. 'Di ba lahat naman tayo nag-algebra nung senior high school? So, makikita nyo dyan sa screen on how I came up with the formula equity equals assets minus liabilities. Di ba ang rule ng naman dyan is to transpose. And then kapag magta-transfer tayo, di ba kailangan nating palitan ng signs. Kung positive, magiging negative. Kung negative, magiging positive. Something like that. Okay, so think about it. Bakit siya equity equals assets minus liabilities? Kung meron kang 100,000 peso worth of assets, pero 40,000 pesos yung utang mo, ano ba talaga yung sayo? Yung walang utang doon? 60,000 pesos lang. Yun ang equity mo. Okay, another example, bumili ka ng bahay worth, magkano ba bahay ngayon? 3 million pesos. Mura na yon. Nag-loan ka ng, syempre wala naman tayong 3 million pesos now, kunwari. Nag-loan ka sa bangko ng 2 million pesos. So, ano talaga yung sayo? 1 million lang. Yung 1 million, yan ang equity mo sa bahay. Yung 2 million, liabilities mo kasi utang mo pa. Sa business, specifically sa sole proprietorship na ang focus natin, equity is composed of capital, yung investment ng owner. Nag-invest si Juan ng 50,000 para magsimula ng tindahan. That's capital. Pag nag-add pa siya ng investment, dadagdagan yan ng capital. Next, we have withdrawals or drawings. Ito yung kinuha ng may-ari ng business dun sa business for personal use. For example, si Juan kumuha ng 5,000 from the business para mag-grocery sa personal niyang house. So that's withdrawal. The withdrawals reduce equity kasi binawasan niya yung business. Kumuha siya ng pera sa business para gamitin for personal use. Parang nag-withdraw ka ng pera sa bangko, 'di ba? Pag may savings ka sa bank, tapos nag-withdraw ka, drawings, ganyan. Yun, ganun yung ibig sabihin ng withdrawals. Okay. So, ngayon alam nyo na kung ano ang assets, liabilities, at owner's equity. But, bakit assets equals liabilities plus equity or owner's equity? Bakit laging balanced? Okay, so let me explain. Imagine, mag-start ka ng business. Saan galing ang pera mo to buy assets or to buy your paninda? So, may dalawang source tayo. Number one, sarili mong pera. Nag-invest ka ng 50,000 from your savings. That's equity. Number two, nag-loan ka ng 30,000 from the bank. That's liabilities. So total, how much resources do you have? 50,000 plus 30,000 from the bank. That's 80,000 pesos, right? Yan yung gagamitin natin to buy assets or to buy whatever the business needs. Um, Kunwari, with that 80,000 pesos, bumili ka ng equipment, that's 40,000 pesos. Supplies, maybe 20,000 pesos. So, magkano natira natin na pera? Cash on hand, that's 20,000 pesos. So, total assets we have is 80,000 pesos. See? Assets na 80,000 equals liabilities na 30,000 plus 50,000 owner's equity. 'Di ba? Balance. Basically, ang meaning nito sa left side shows where the money went, saan napunta yung pera, naging equipment, supplies, naging cash. Sa right side, which is our liabilities plus owner's equity, it shows where the money came from. Saan galing yung pera? From your pocket, which is our owner's equity, and from the bank, which is our liabilities. So, left hand, nasaan na? Right hand, saan galing? So, dapat laging equal kasi same money yan, hindi pwedeng mas marami ang napunta kaysa sa galing. Physics yan, conservation of mass. Char. Seriously, that's why it's always balances. Kasi lahat ng pumasok, dapat may napuntahan. Lahat ng may napuntahan, dapat may pinagmulan. Making sense? Okay. Now, alam nyo na yung equation, pero saan pa natin to makikita in real accounting? Ayan, eto, sa Statement of Financial Position, also known as balance sheet. So that's another name for Statement of Financial Position. I think it was changed years ago. It was called balance sheet in the past. Okay, instead of just showing Juan a capital of 135,000 peso. Let's make it more detailed to show the components. So ayan, we have the title, Juan's Sari-Sari Store Statement of Financial Possession as of December 31st, 2025. So, Juan Capital, meron siyang 135,000 pesos. Tapos, may utang siyang um, 10,000 pesos and 30,000. Now, saan napunta tong pera na to? Well, meron siyang supplies na 15,000, equipment na 40,000, building na 100,000, yung natitirang pera doon, cash na 20,000. So, ayan, nakita natin, total assets is equals to 175,000 peso. Ang total liabilities and owner's equity, 175,000 pesos din. So, yan yung detailed information. Makikita nyo yan sa actual financial statement. So this statement shows assets, anong meron si Juan, cash, supplies, equipment, building liabilities, ano utang niya, may accounts payable siya and loan, equity after minus yung utang, magkano yung tunay niyang pagmamay-ari? 135,000 pesos. So this is what we are building towards. All the journals, ledgers, and processes na matututunan natin, yan yung goal, to create accurate financial statements like this. We will go deeper into financial statements sa next episode. For now, importante lang na makita nyo, the equation is alive. It's real. It's in the financial statements. Okay, so alam nyo na yung equation. Alam nyo na yung kung saan ito gagamitin, saan ito pupunta, syempre sa financial statements. But how? How do we get there? Paano yung from transactions naging financial statement? So this is where the accounting cycle comes in. Ito yung process, yung journey. So we have five main phases ng accounting cycle. And phase one, data gathering. So we collect receipts, invoices, evidence, and transactions. Phase two, we analyze, measure, and record. So we figure out what happened, then record it in the journal. Phase three, classifying, storing, and summarizing. So you organize everything in the ledger, and then we get the totals. Phase four, reporting and interpreting. That's where we create the financial statements. O see, once we have the financial statements available or, created, generated, huy, lahat na. We arrive at phase five. So phase five, decision making. So using the statements to make business decisions. Sounds complicated ba? Well, don't worry. Matututunan natin lahat yan step by step. Next episode, we'll talk about the big picture, the full accounting cycle, the different types of businesses, and we'll deep dive into those financial statements. For now, importante lang na alam nyo, there's a process and everything starts with the accounting equation. Okay, so practice time. Let's start to see if naintindihan nyo. Okay, so let me show my other screen kasi hindi na pwedeng gamitin tong isa. We'll go to Excel. You know what, when I was studying, tapos online class kami, medyo boring. So I'll try to show my face. Ha! Parang hindi masyadong boring kasi pag nakita niyo talaga yung Excel, ang pangit. Wait. Wala na tayo magagawa. That's how we roll. Okay, so this is our practice problem. Very simple, very basic lang to. So I'm sure maintindihan nyo agad tong process na gagawin natin. Okay, so we have the scenario. Si Maria nag-start ng tutorial center and here's what she has. First, she invested 50,000 peso cash from her savings. Number two, she borrowed 20,000 peso from her parents. And with the money, she bought tables and chairs, books and supplies. And here are the questions below. Okay, number one, what are Maria's total assets? Two, total liabilities. Number three, Maria's total equity. And then number four, does the accounting equation balance? Alam nyo, magandang itry nyo sagutan to sa sarili nyo. Use your resources, like your mind. Kaya nyo i-mental compute itong nasa screen right now, right? That's how I roll. Kaya ko yun. Hi! Anyway, kapag nasagutan nyo na, okay, di fast forward na natin kasi i-check na natin kung pareho tayo ng answer. Mamaya, magkaiba tayo. Again, I'm not perfect, so most likely mali-mali yung sagot ko dito. So use your calculator or your your mind, your brain. Okay, so let's try to answer this. I just want to let you know that there are different approaches, approaches on how we can solve the questions. We can start by reading the scenario per sentence and then we solve from there. Let me show you. So si Maria nag-start ng tutorial center, that's the business. And then ang sabi sa first bullet, she invested 50,000 peso cash from her savings. Nag-invest siya. Di ba pag investment, galing yun sa owner's equity. Ay, nawala yung mukha ko. Never mind. Kaya niyo na yan. Mag-adjust kayo. 50,000 peso. Oh, yaman niya. Meron siyang savings na 50,000 pesos. Tapos, second bullet, nanghiram siya ng pera. Kanino? From her parents. Oh, nagkaroon siya ng utang sa magulang niya. Kapal ng mukha. Keme. Okay, and then, so sa mga pera niya na cash at sa pera niya na hiniram, bumili daw siya ng tables and chairs. Gagamitin niya to sa business. So, assets natin to, okay? Tables and chairs. Lagay natin, 30,000. Tapos, bumili din siya ng books and supplies, 15,000. Magkano yung natitira? 25,000. Ayan. I'm back. That is one way of solving it. Kasi from there, pwede mo nang i-total how much is the total liabilities, owner's equity, di ba? Alam ko na kung paano hindi mawawala yung mukha ko. Oh, see, hindi na siya nawawala. I'm so good. Okay, so ano nang next? So that's one of the approach, chess, na pwede nating gawin. The other one is, i-ano na natin, ayun, may asset liabilities and owner's equity na tayo. So kanina ginamit natin yung formula and then we put it below, di ba? Next, let's try to put it this way. Per sentence ulit tayo. That's how I roll. That's how I do it. Oh, 6, 7. She invested 50,000 cash from her savings. This is bullet number one. Nag-invest ako si Maria. Mayroon akong savings sa bangko na 50,000. Ilalagay ko to sa negosyo na tutorial center. Maria's investment. Oh, yung Maria's investment na tinay ko, ano lang yon. Parang may cheat sheet, code ko, like para malaman ko yung total. Basta ganun. Magkano yan? 50,000. Tapos nagkautang ako sa parents ko kasi kulang yung 50,000 ko to start a business. So, nagkaroon tayo ng loan from parents. Hoy, loan from parents. 20,000. And then, itong pera ko na to, sabi, itong 20 and 50,000, pinambili ko pala ng supplies. So, una kong binili is tables and chairs. Magkano to? 30,000 pesos. Okay. And then, bumili din ako ng books and supplies. Magkano? 15,000 pesos. And then, we have remaining 25,000. Ano yung tawag doon? Cash. Gawin natin cash on hand. Yee! 25,000 pesos. Ngayon, from here, malalaman na natin yung total assets, right? Kanina sa unang approach, alam na natin eh. Dito sa second approach, alam na rin natin kasi gagamitin lang natin ang ating brain. 30 plus 15 is equals to 45 plus 25 is equals to 70,000 pesos. That's our answer for number one, right? Am I right, guys? Am I right? Okay, number two, what are Maria's total liabilities? Eh, isa lang naman yung liabilities niya, yung utang niya sa parents niya. So, 20,000 na to. Equity, number three, 50,000. Ito lang naman yung ininvest niya eh. 'Di ba? 50,000 pesos. And you may notice, when I try to calculate the total, may ginamit tayong double rule. Ayan yung line. Nakikita niyo yung line. Wait, I'll try to, ayan, zoom in. Oh, kapag zoom in natin, may double line dyan. Parang hindi naman lumaki yung line, same pa rin. I guess that's how Excel is. Shout out to you, Excel. Humingi ng sponsor. Okay, that's how it is. Very easy lang, right? And then that's your assignment na yung number 4. Ah, dapat pala. May assignment kayo, no? Try to comment it down below. Like, ay, paano nyo magko-comment yun? Eh, siguro picture, hindi. Mahihirapan kayo mag-type. I mean, just do your thing. Mag-try kayong mag-create ng financial statements. Gamitin niyo yung format na ginawa ko kanina. Okay? Okay ba yun, guys? Oh, I think that's it. Next video, ano pa tayo? Mag-upload ako ng another exercise. Pero ibang format na. Kasi itong una kong exercise, medyo madali lang 'to eh. The next video after this will be hindi na ganon kadali. Pero makikita nyo to sa book actually. Ay, let me share. Kasi I'm planning to use a book for our future exercises. Hoy, ma'am. Idol kita. So please, huwag nyo naman akong i-ano, i-report. So this is the book that I was using when I was still in college. It's the 28th edition accounting process titled Financial Accounting and Reporting for Service Providers and Merchandisers, International Edition 2022, written by Zenaida Vera Cruz Manuel, accounting professor and CPA reviewer. Thank you po, ma'am. This is the book, guys. Hindi niyo makikita because of the green screen that I was using. Kayo na mag-adjust. Hindi ko na kasalanan yun. Ano? Kasalanan ko na naman? My fault? Again? Ebe. So guys, I'll be using this book to prepare my future exercises. Sana makatulong. Alam niyo yung mga nakita ko ditong mga multiple choice, identification, kayang-kaya nyo na dapat yun. Pero pag hindi nyo kaya, try to comment it down below. Ay, magkaiba tayo ng libro. I think I have, excuse me, I have another book eh. Pero iba yung author. Excuse me. Or maybe that's for partnership and corporation. Yeah, kanya-kanya muna. Anyway, that's it guys. I'll miss you on my next video. So, I'll see you guys. So today we learned the accounting equation, assets equals liabilities plus equity. Of course, I also talked about each terms. Ano ba yung assets? What you own. Liabilities, what you owe. And then owner's equity, what's truly yours. And then why it balances. Kasi lahat ng pumasok may napuntahan. Then after that, 'di ba, we saw it in action sa statement of financial position. So we got a preview of accounting cycle. Now next episode after this episode 2, 'di ba, I promised to upload another video with exercises. But after that, episode 3, like the formal episode 3, formal. Um we will talk about the complete accounting cycle, yung buong journey from transactions to financial statements. Then we'll have the forms of businesses like sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, types of business operations like service, merchandising, manufacturing, and then we'll try to deep dive sa financial statements. We'll try to explore them one by one. Looking at episode 3, I think that's gonna be a long video. So I'll try to create like sub videos. Like I'll create parts for episode 3 kasi nga medyo mahaba. And then kailangan nating malaman yung big picture para mas maintindihan kung bakit kayo nag-journal, nag-ledger, nag-debit credit. Trust me, it will all make sense. And if you have questions again, drop them in the comments and don't forget yung practice exercise. Create Maria's statement of financial position, and then if you can share it, please do. Remember, I'm not perfect. Double check everything with your professors and textbooks. I'll see you soon. Bye.